Hi everyone, welcome to our first video here. And today I'm gonna introduce you to Figma and give you a tour of the interface and explain how to get started. So we'll cover the basics. We're gonna be creating a rectangle, like a basic shape. You're gonna see how to work with layers and how to navigate the different tools. So let's start. So an overview on the interface, Figma interface. So here is where you're going to be doing all your design. Think of it as your canvas. And then we have a few key areas that you should be familiar with. On the left side, we have the pages and layers panels. And on the right side, we have the properties panel here. So let's start with pages. So what exactly is pages? So think of it as pages like chapters in a book. You can create multiple pages. I'm gonna be creating now. You can create multiple pages, and think of it as a way to organize different parts of your project, because this is great for keeping things structured and separating various stages of your designs. You can start on your first version on one page and then the next version on another page. This is the story of your design, and then you can separate between all of those different pages. So I'm just gonna undo it here. And what are layers? So layers are related to every element that you add to the canvas, that is this. And everything that you add to the canvas is represented as a layer. So think of layers as individual pieces of your design. If you add a shape, a text, or any other element, it will show up here in the layers panel on the left. This helps you to keep track of all the components of your design. So for example, if I create a rectangle, I can see here that there's a rectangle here. If I create a text, I can see there is a text added here. I can see the icon that is different from the rectangle, and so on. Let's create a rectangle, and you will see it appearing here in the later panel as soon as I add it to the canvas. And you can select this element by clicking here on it, on the layers, or you can select it directly on the canvas by going here and just clicking it. So in the thinking about this element, thinking about this layer that I have here, on the right side we have the properties panel, and here is where I can adjust the settings for any elements that I select from here on the left. So for example, thinking about this rectangle one, I can change the size. For example, I can change the size to 200 for 200. I can change the opacity. I can add corner radius. For example, let's say I want this to have 16, that is super common, and yes, then I have it. There's another way as well to create this corner radius, that is by clicking here and dragging it to the middle, and then you can see the size changing. This is good as well if you want to transform this into a circle. Then here, if you have the radius as 100, this is a circle. So that's good as well. Here on fill, I can change the color of this. I have this color panel here that I can create with any color that I want to. So let's come here and then play with that. Also, I can play with stroke. If I want to add a stroke around my element, I can come here and then I can choose the color again. And let's say that I want this to be add more this. I can change here, for example, to 4, or I can just click on drag, and as I go to the right, it's going to be increasing. As I go to the left, it's reducing it. So okay, so I'm going to change the corner radius again here just to show you a little bit. And what is this effects? So effects is any effect that you want to add to your element. For example, by default, if you click here on this plus, you're going to be seeing the drop shadow. I can click here on this effect settings to change. For example, if I want the shadows to be like bigger, if I want it to be more blurred, if I want this to spread more, if I want to change the color and so on, I can do it here. Also, I can have this drop shadow, and I can also add another effect like, okay, I have this drop shadow, but if I click here, I can, for example, add an inner shadow as well. And I go in here, I can add like a layer blur that is going to make everything be blurred. And if I want to remove any of this, I can just click here on remove. And also if I want to hide to see like, okay, what is the difference between having this or not? I can hide it and just show it or remove if I don't like it and don't want that anymore. We covered how to create a rectangle, what are layers, what are pages, and how to work with this properties panel to customize elements. And yeah, this is already a good exercise to practice and see how it goes in exploring the interface. So that's it. Thanks for watching so far. And if you have any ideas on things that you would like to get here like covered, just let me know. Okay? Thank you.